What's up, guys and gals? So, do I have my nurse back on? I do. Alright, cool. So this is me a nurse video. Like, a kind of in-depth nurse video, I guess, if you want to call it that. Okay, so we're going to go over the gear right quick, because gear is important. First, Trickshot Maggie. Yours may differ from mine. I like when bullets bounce off the ground, especially with like stalkers or loot midgets or smallish enemies, skags, whatever, what have you. Because if they bounce off the ground, it's easier to bounce them into people's faces, and it has a tendency to hit more. Hellfire. This is actually Hellfire is pretty good. In all honesty, against like flesh targets and stuff. Especially when you phase lock them, because wreck and slag, it just tears them apart. I usually use the butcher here, because it's got insane DPS with wreck, and the 4 slot is a swappable 4 slot. If I'm playing co-op, I'll put the Florentine on for extra slag. If it's single player, I'll probably put the Bada Boom on just for second wins. Evolution. Now they kind of fucked up in the latest hotfix when they took the plus health away from this, but this has about 90 something thousand health for a bonus, 98 or 78% elemental resistance, and 98,000 capacity. It's really good. If you don't have access to DLC 1 and you don't feel like farming Hyperius, go with the Neogenator. You can get that from Spyco. It's probably the little brother of the Evolution Shield, and this is the big brother. Evolution Shield is better because it has better capacity to health ratio than the Neogenator does. Your Angelic Nurse, I use Angelic. A lot of people use like I think it's Heavenly Nurse that has +5 in Sweet Release. Now my logic behind this is because if you're doing something like going up against big enemies in 4-player co-op, health regeneration from Elated is based off of your health. So if you're regenerating, let's say, 100,000 health, I have 480,000, I believe. If you're regenerating 100,000 health every 1.2 to 1.3 seconds, then your teammates are going to regenerate 100,000 health every 1.2 to 1.3 seconds. And your phase lock uptime, I think, with suspension, with 5 out of 5 in suspension, is like 7 seconds or something relatively close to that. It might be 5, I'm not sure. So this has a big impact on that. And so let's say, you're playing with a ninja, who's obviously not going to have a lot of health, probably around 150,000. He's going to have a lot of health constantly, like health regen. He's going to have full health in like a second. Max health relic, Blood of the Ancients with max health, SMG, and shotgun ammo. Because you're going to be going through Hellfire ammo and Butcher ammo if you use that like crazy. So stocking up on that's kind of important. Longbow Stormfront, because I really like the Stormfront. It does a good chunk of damage to a lot of enemies. It's a good AoE grenade. You can use whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. I use this because it gives me max health. And like I said, the more health you have, the more health regeneration your team's going to have. Plus, you'll be able to tank a lot of stuff. Not even kidding. So we got Sweet Release, 9 out of 5. So you get 9 life orbs when you kill somebody or a phase-locked enemy. That restores up to 15% of your remaining health. Now, that is percentage-wise. So the more health you have, the less effective Sweet Release is going to be, which is why it's probably a little bit better if you're just doing general mobbing to phase lock an enemy in front of a downed teammate, because then they'll kill the phase locked enemy. Their Sweet Release will heal them pretty much up to full health instead of using res and then having to wait that entire cooldown and them having like 20% of their health. Restoration, I usually use this just for max health, but converting 54% of damage into healing is not a bad skill at all. Usually takes roughly 2 to 3 shots from a Maggie to do it. A rocket launcher is just one. It's a really great skill for healing your enemies too, especially when you're all fighting and you're using something, let's say like the Butcher or the Hellfire or the Maggie, and you're shooting something and your teammates get into the way. Then you're going to be healing them too. And let's say you're going up against a raid boss. This is really good skill for raid bossing, especially if you have a damage dealer like a Gunzerker who's just getting health gated all the time. You can just constantly sit there and heal them, and everything should be gravy. We already covered Elated. This is 10% of your health per second with 5 points out of the Angelic Nurse Com. If you really wanted like Sweet Release and didn't really have any use for Restoration, go with a blue Angelic Nurse Com to get +6 in Elated and +5 in Sweet Release. Res, I run Res in single player because this build I have is a seamless build. You can take this build into single player, absolutely destroy with it, with the exception of raid bosses, obviously, because raid bosses are for different specs. That's why they have spec stations and whatever by raid bosses, except for Terramorphous. And then you can go online and you already have res and you can be people's best friends and everything. This already adds, this goes to what I believe counts still, because you have sustenance and then you have, so 2% of the health you're missing every second plus elated. So really it's like, what, 12% of your health you're missing every second? And I think that applies to your teammates as well. So it's basically, this is just for you, but when Elated is active, it's 12%. I think that applies there. I'm not 100% sure. Scorn instead of Ruin, because it's easier to pick up Scorn, and you're going to need Slag and EVHM to kill stuff efficiently and quickly. So that's that. Oh, Wreck, I guess. Fire rate and damage is good stuff when phase locked enemy too. Accelerate. Damage and bullet speed, sorry. It's good if you're like, sniping your bullets, it's good to have bullet speed so your bullets get to the enemy quicker and they kill stuff faster. Shield capacity and shield recharge delay is great for the evolution because you get a good shield cap, and every time your shield is damaged, your evolution shield, it adds more health regeneration to it. So let's say you have an enemy phase locked, right? You're really low on health, you have an enemy phase locked, something hits you, it doesn't completely take down your shield. You're going to gain massive health regeneration, and this definitely helps with that. Suspension is great for Elated. Like I said, it's good to allow more time for people to destroy stuff like Ultimate Badass Loaders, Ultimate Badass Gag, stuff like that. Overall, great skill. Love it. Converge. Converge is great for mobbing. You phase lock an enemy, pulls all the enemies surrounding towards you. Throw a Scorn Ball, throw a Storm Front, and everything is slagged and everything's dying quick. It's great. This is to make sure that you can phase lock and keep Elated up quicker. If you don't like the max health relics or the Bone of the Ancients or Blood of the Ancients, sorry, then go ahead and throw a cooldown relic on for some great cooldown speeds. But this is to help keep Sweet Release in the air and Elated up. Subsequence, basically what happens when you kill an enemy, you have a 100% chance for your phase lock to transfer to another enemy, phase lock them, yada yada. And so when that happens, you're keeping Sweet Release in the air, you're keeping Elated up, and overall it's just a great skill to have. And whatever, let's say, because Elated doesn't apply to travel time, only applies when you phase lock an enemy. So let's say you phase lock somebody, you get some Elated, you kill them, you get Sweet Release, phase locks another enemy, you get some Elated, kill them, Sweet Release. Whatever health you don't get from Elated, you'll get from Sweet Release. So it kind of plays off of that in a way. And my last 3 points I put into Foresight for magazine size and reload speed, so you can kill stuff quicker. You got more of a magazine size to make sure that you kill stuff and yada yada. A lot of people ask, well, why don't you take Thought Lock? I hate Thought Lock, alright? It is a useless skill. The only time Thought Lock is actually useful is if you combine it with Ruin. You get 4 seconds more of phase lock duration, and phase lock cooldown is, I think it's 3 seconds less. So, really, it just makes it harder for people to get second wins. It really does. Because if you phase lock something, and somebody tries to kill it, and it runs behind cover because it's fighting enemies, then what? You're kind of screwed in that regard. You don't really need the aggro pull. God, what else? What else is there? Like, it's just anything Thoughtlock can do, with the exception of aggro pull, you can do with a regular phase lock ball, and it's just better for stuff like co-op play, single player play, because this, you can get like an ultimate badass loader to attack, some people for a little while, and that's all fine and dandy, but when all said and done, with diminishing returns, you still gotta kill that ultimate badass loader. So you might as well just phase lock it, get elated up, slag it, and then kill it for sweet release. You might as well just take it out of combat altogether. So if you're worried about the phase lock duration and cooldown, you can just stick on a binder class mod, which gives you 28% cooldown, and if you get a blue one with +6 in suspension, you're gonna have 6 more points than that. You're gonna get what is that? It's 5.5 more, I think, maybe? Question mark? 5 out of 5 is 2.5. Yeah, you're gonna get 5.5 seconds. So already you're gonna have more uptime than Thoughtlock, and you're gonna have less of a cooldown than with Thoughtlock. And I mean, you could even get Thoughtlock and probably make it even more if you really wanted to. But like I said, it's cool to tinker with, but it's pretty useless unless you're using Ruin with it and your team knows what you're doing. So now that overview is kind of done, I guess we'll go to like Southpaw Steam and Power, and we'll show you some nursing in Southpaw Steam and Power, because Southpaw Steam and Power, brought to you by Southpaw Steam and Power. Strategy includes this: phase lock, scorn, kill. Simple, right? So let's get some ammo that we don't even need, so that's great. Phase lock, scorn, kill.
The only one that knew! But I'll show you
Badass, scorn.
Throwing grenade!
Throw that. Wreck.
Hold it!
There we go.
You won't enjoy this.
So you see what I mean? Like, Nurse is great. I love Nurse. Oh no, health and such.
And stay down.
Everything's slagged. Ironclad.
Shut up!
Like I said, you can take important enemies out of combat for a little bit. Completely. Which is such a good weapon.
That shut him up. Freeze!
Perfect. Go get her! Ouch. Sweet release, yay! Oh no, that's not good. Alright, cool. So you never want to get caught between a grenade and somebody you're trying to kill. Otherwise, this is like no bueno situation right there. Like a really bad no bueno situation.
You, stop!
We'll wait for Scorn to come back up, and then we'll phase lock him. Oh no, okay, cool.
That was satisfying,
And
huh?
assassin mode. Damn right that was satisfying, girlfriend. It was like the most satisfying thing ever. In the history of ever. Cause satisfying.
Bedtime!
Hiya!
Oh! Slam!
Yeah, really?
Stop! And now you will fall. Goodbye now.
Hey, sweet release. Also, if you can time it like that, more power to you, because it's a bit difficult to do that.
Gotcha.
Got there, a sassy tongue.
Throwing grenade.
Play, you can see, like, Nurse is completely viable. You just have to apply the right strategy. Usually get some of the right gear. You'll be alright. Cool. She does have pretty good DPS.
You won't enjoy this. Stop! That was awesome!
Later.
Pretty cool. Please stop.
Also, go for criticals. Criticals are great. Trying to kill me. Kill him. Stop it.
I love my powers. This will hurt. Another one down! Huh.
Oh. All the bullets missed. Come on, bro. And this part's fun. I love doing this.
Bye now.
Eh! Ah, love that. Love that. so that's pretty much nursing 101. You basically apply the same strategies to multiplayer, with the exception of you kind of gotta watch your teammates a little bit more. You have to, I don't want to say multitask, but you gotta be aware. Somebody said there's like a fucking, some chest somewhere, which I don't really care about, but whatever. You gotta micromanage a little bit more. Especially with teammates, because a lot of times teammates, especially in random games, don't know what they're doing. So that's fun. I'm gonna go stream with Aether, and we'll see you guys later. Peace out. Oh, hope you enjoyed the video first of all, and I hope that you definitely give Nurse a try. So now we'll see you guys later, and have a great day.